Mumbai Indians are known to be slow starters and they are living up to that reputation. This season of the IPL, they've played 4 games and have lost 3 out of those 4 games. But this loss in particular, it's a loss of 12 runs that has come against the Lucknow Super Giants. That's left a lot of questions to be asked from the Mumbai Indians. And we're going to touch upon each of those big questions. The first question that comes to your mind is that Mumbai Indians, a batting lineup that's strong, Mumbai Indians, a batting lineup that was cruising at one stage, how is it that they failed to chase a target of 204 runs? Why do I say that? That's because till about the 8th over, they're cruising at 10 runs and over. And yet, they fall short by 12 runs in the end. And the fact that in those 8 overs that they were cruising ahead of the required run rate with 8 wickets in hand, yet you end up losing, does leave a lot of questions. Because it's okay, you're chasing a big total and you exhaust all your wickets and then end up losing. That, I think, is part of the norm. That is part of the course. It does tend to happen in T20 cricket. But when you lose by that margin and have enough firepower left in your batting, then it leaves a lot to be desired. So what really happened to Mumbai Indians? They were looking very good. Naman was the aggressor. The openers may have failed, but Naman was the aggressor. Alongside him, Suryakumar Yadav played an outstanding knock of 67 runs. But there was this phase, that partnership that happened after Naman got out, where they got 50 runs in 60 deliveries. I think that was that area that really put them behind the curve. And then the required run rate kept on piling up. It eventually reached 50 runs needed in the last 4 overs. I beg your pardon, 60 runs needed in the last 4 overs. You needed 15 and over, and that's never easy to do. Yes, you can have 1 over of 15 runs, 2 overs of 15 runs, but in the last 4 overs, 15 runs in every over was going to be very, very tough. Yes, credit also where credit is due to both Shardul Thakur and Avesh Khan, who bowled fantastic last 2 overs, especially Shardul Thakur. He was bang on the money, but questions also need to be asked from that phase. As I said, it's seldom that happens that a batter gets 67 like Suryakumar Yadav, and yet you are asking questions because that 150 strike rate really pegged you back. Tilak Verma with a strike rate of 108, that's not something that you see with him. He's a regular India player, is known for his big strokes, but just failed to get the ball going, failed to get those big boundaries that were needed. And it also reached a stage where Tilak Verma had to be substituted. He went out, retired, and you had a bowling all-rounder in Santner replace him. And that I think was quite an embarrassing moment for a proper batter to be replaced by a bowling all-rounder. Now you can debate over that question. Was it the right thing to do? Was it the wrong thing to do by Mumbai Indians? You asked me personally, I think that was a wrong decision. Yes, Tilak Verma was not able to strike the ball. He was struggling at a strike rate of 108. But even towards the end, you always rely on a batter to come good. There was an occasion where you had someone like a Tewatia in previous season of the IPL struggling, but then he's the one who gets you 30 runs in an over. And I think that's the ability that a Tilak Verma could have had. So I would have trusted a Tilak Verma, even though it wasn't his day, rather than bring on someone like a Mitch Santner. Who really took that call? Was it Maila Jayawardene in the support staff? Was it Hardik Pandya, the captain? I think that will leave a lot to be desired. It did seem like a surprising decision, even though Tilak Verma wasn't striking. But if you keep that decision aside, you still reached the last 3 balls needing 14 runs, and you would back someone like a Hardik Pandya to do it. But it was that one of those rare days where Hardik Pandya also could not finish it off. You felt from the outset that he was trying a bit too hard. 14 runs in 3 balls could have been achieved by Mumbai Indians, but that wasn't to be the case. They only managed 2 in those last 3 balls bowled by Avesh Khan. That is something that the Mumbai teams will have to introspect. Hardik Pandya came out and said that there are days where you succeed, there are days where you don't succeed. This was that sort of a situation, and you tend to agree. Finisher's role is not easy. Some days he could have knocked it off for a couple of sixes. This wasn't to be his day. But in all of these questions that we are asking of Mumbai Indians, let's not forget the performance of the Lucknow Super Giants. Outstanding knocks by Mitch Marsh to begin the Lucknow Super Giants innings with. 53 also by Markram. I think that was the base that Lucknow Super Giants needed to take them to above 200 total. So the batting really coming good, with the exception of Rishabh Pant, and I'm going to get to Rishabh Pant. And then their bowling. I did mention Shardul Thakur, who was spot on, but in a game where Hardik Pandya picked up 5 wickets, he's got a fifer, very rare in the IPL. Yet you had a bowler in Digvesh Rathi who picked up just 1 wicket, but it was his outstanding economy of 5 runs and over that won him the Man of the Match award. It's fantastic to see this IPL bowlers winning a lot of Man of the Match awards, and even Digvesh Rathi, what a story he is. Before this, nobody really knew of him. First time people saw him was in the Delhi Premier League. From there on, plays his first season of the IPL and picks up the Man of the Match award. Of course, his celebration of signing, a imaginary slip is going viral. But what a performance from this mystery spinner that you had. Bowled according to plan, ensured that not too many runs were taken off him. Rishabh Pant, the captain, was outstanding in his bowling changes, in getting his strategy right, his field placements. He was outstanding. But Rishabh Pant, the batter, he is a worrisome sign. 4 games he's played, he only has 19 runs. The jury is out. Why is he not getting runs? And there are various suggestions. Some saying that get him to bat higher up the order. Some saying that maybe his offside play isn't as good as it used to be earlier. Some saying that maybe the burden of captaincy is weighing him down. Some saying the burden of that 27 crore is weighing him down. Many different theories. But if you ask me personally, I think the fact that he is under pressure to make it to the Indian T20 team, to make it into the Indian ODI team, that is taking a lot out of him at the moment. Yes, captaincy is also not easy. To get runs alongside captaincy is not easy. But because he's not getting runs, that desire to be in the Indian white ball setup. Remember, Champions Trophy, he was sitting out. T20 cricket as well. Sanju Samson seems to be ahead of him. All of that probably seems to be eating him. And the more he's trying to do well to get closer to that India spot, I think the more he is failing with his bat. I think he needs to relax, get back to his tried and tested formula. Who knows, he may then get his groove back with the bat. But at the moment, in that race to be India's number 1 wicketkeeper batter, he has fallen a few notches below. That is how the Mumbai Indians versus Lucknow Super Giants game panned out. Many may not now give Mumbai a chance to make it to the top 4. If you ask me personally, I think they'll struggle to reach there. Rohit Sharma, their previous captain, missed out this game because of a knee injury. Will he be back for the next game? Will Mumbai Indians start striking form back and do the unthinkable as they've done in the previous season? We'll have to wait and watch, but it does seem grim at the moment for the Mumbai Indians. Lucknow Super Giants would be happy with the performance that they have, but even if they have to make it to the top 4, there's plenty of work still to be done. Give us a like on our video if you're enjoying our content. Share it with your friends who enjoy cricket related content, and as always, don't forget to subscribe to Sports Today. Nikhil signing off.